Hi, I'm Scoot, and welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. And by the way, I want to remind you about a big 80s night that we have coming up in New Orleans. It's going to be 80s night at Generations Hall in downtown New Orleans, Saturday, July 17th. The 80s start at 8. I mean, this is going to be like just a big, huge 80s night blowout. Some of you maybe have never been to an 80s night. It's really fun. I mean, it's amazing. Not only is it just take you back to the past, but it also it's amazing to see the younger generations there. People who weren't even born when the 80s were popular. And I was on the air playing these songs when they were released as hits. So it's really a great experience. And just it's a lot of fun to just relive that because it was a happy time in America. And the music was just friggin' awesome. I mean, it was great. So Generations Hall said they wanted to feature 80s Night with me and the 50th anniversary of me being in broadcasting as they're reopening to the public, post-pandemic reopening to the public. And it's coming up on Saturday, July 17th. So I'd love to see you there. You can get tickets in advance now. Tickets at this website, themetronola.com. And I think they're at $10 now. The price may change as time goes on, but I think they're just at $10 now. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel, I hope you will. It's very simple. Just subscribe, and then we give you a little notice every time we do something live. And if you can't check it out live, well, the notice is there for you to check it out when you can. On my radio show today on WWL, I talked about some things that I've noticed recently. And I'm sure you've noticed the same thing. There are a lot of mixed couples in TV commercials. There's even just the subtle hint of mixed couples. Like there's one commercial, I don't remember the name of the product, but there's one commercial that features a dad picking up his kid from school. The dad's white, and the kid is a biracial girl. And so the mom's not even in it, but the implication's there. And there's also commercials that just feature simply Black families or Black adults. All of this is happening at a time when ESPN veteran reporter Rachel Nichols was replaced as ESPN's sideline reporter during the NBA final series between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. Rachel Nichols is white. She was replaced by Maria Taylor, who is Black. And this stems back to a conversation that Rachel had a little while back. Didn't know a mic was on, but a mic on a camera was on. And she talked about how she felt like Maria Taylor was getting positions and getting assignments because she was Black. Now, I said this on my radio show today. I think Rachel Nichols is good. She's not my favorite. I don't think she's the absolute best. But what bothers me is that it always comes back to the same thing. A Black person gets a job and people say it's because they're Black. Is it? And then conversely, we have criticism of Cleveland Cavaliers player, the NBA, Kevin Love. Kevin Love is a white guy, and he was assigned to the U.S. Olympic basketball team. ESPN analyst for NBA stuff, Jalen Rose, a former player, said that is tokenism and that Kevin Love does not deserve to be on the team, and the U.S. Olympic basketball team should be all Black. So in one situation, we've got criticism that a Black's in the position. In another situation, we've got criticism that a white person is in the situation. I think it's time that we stop keeping score. Let's stop keeping score. Like, okay, well, you get this, and then we get this, and well, if you get that, well, then we have to have this. We got to stop that, because optics, the way something looks, is important, and that goes back to the TV commercials. They don't select people based on who is the best actor. Sometimes it's about optics. We want this to be a mixed couple family. So we're going to pick this black actor and this white actor, and we're going to have them do the commercial. It's about reflecting diversity in America. And it's also about pandering to, and I don't like using the word pandering. It's about appealing to the many people in America who want things to be more diverse, want more diversity to be more acceptable. And so I think the same may be true when it comes to, say, ESPN. Maybe they wanted a black female reporter on the sidelines. Maybe Maria Taylor is better. And again, this all comes back to subjectivity. It comes back to, well, maybe they think she's better. I mean, there's no fact-based criteria to say this reporter is better than this reporter. It's a subjective decision. With Kevin Love, I don't know. Kevin Love was a great player. I guess he's kind of toward the latter part, maybe the end of his career. Maybe he's not the best player, but so what? I mean, optics are important. So we've got to get beyond all of this. And it's okay that optics are important. And, just people get too freaking uptight when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's like, well, look, let's be honest about it. The best person doesn't always get the job. Sometimes it's about how something looks. Now, we've come a long way since affirmative action was necessary because there were companies that wouldn't hire blacks. And it's a shame that it came down to this, but companies were forced to be fair. I think we're beyond that now. But the idea that the best person always gets the job is bullshit. I mean, that's just not reality. And sometimes it is about optics. And I also today was thinking about the TV shows that I grew up watching, the sitcoms. They had nothing but white people in them. If I was a young black kid growing up in America, I wouldn't feel like I was included. That was not that long ago. So that's why this shit doesn't all go back to slavery. I mean, there are people who are just so fucked up in the head that they want to, that slavery was a long time ago. Well, bullshit. This is about stuff that has happened in recent times. And I thought about this a lot. How would I feel if I were in a country and all the sitcoms and everybody in the TV shows were black? Would I feel really included in that country? This is something that has been baked into the psyche of Black Americans. Not all, but many. And look, I'm a white guy. I don't speak for Black Americans, but I imagine that this would be the case. And so maybe we should all be a little more sensitive to, okay, well, maybe they're going out of their way, maybe a company or whatever is going out of their way to put a black person in this position because they like the optics of it. And let's be honest, women are sideline reporters, and a lot of women are in sports, and it started out because they were eye candy. There was a time when just men did sports. And then as the women's liberation movement manifested its influence in America, and then as the optics, there are attractive women. I'm not saying they don't know about sports because they do. But they're also selected because they're attractive. And this is part of the reality of optics. And so let's just get used to it and not get all freaked out if somebody gets a position. Okay, so you know what? Guess what? Life ain't fair. It's not. There have been times that I feel like life wasn't fair to me. And I know there are times that you feel like life hasn't been fair to you. So get over it. Life's tough. And sometimes it's not fair. But I really think we've reached a point where we need to stop being so critical every time somebody gets a position, whether they're white or black. We've got to stop. Okay, well, that's not right. That person shouldn't have, just relax. And sometimes it's just about the way it looks. And sometimes people might want a black person to be the optics. Some people might want a white person, Hispanic person, Asian person to be part of the optics. And I think it's time that we just start saying, well, okay, so what? I'm Scoot. Thank you for joining me on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. And you can join me on my radio show on WWL, 870 AM, 105.3 FM. That's in New Orleans. Or you can download the app Odyssey, Audacy, and type in WWL. And you've got my show station wherever you've got your phone. And I'm on the air 1 to 4, Monday through Friday in the afternoon, Central Time. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet.